State, call your next witness.
The state calls Sydney Fusca.
That's the manager, mic on.
Can you hear me?
Is it on?
As far as I'm aware, yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Is it green?
Yes.
Can you hear very well? Can you project your voice?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Hi, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, have a seat. All right, state your name for the record.
Sydney Fusca,
All right, and if you can spell your name, please.
SYDNEYFUSCA.
All right, make sure you keep your voice up so that members of the jury can hear and the court reporter can hear.
Yes.
All right, state.
Sydney, who do you work for?
I'm currently employed with the San Antonio Police Department.
And what do you do with the San Antonio Police Department?
I'm a crime scene investigator.
Crime scene investigator, so a CSI.
Yes, CSI.
So what do you do specifically as a CSI?
So my job is I photograph crime scenes, I collect evidence at crime scenes, I take sketches of crime scenes and record video at crime scenes.
And how long have you been doing this for?
2 years.
And what type of training did you receive in order to become a CSI?
I received 360 hours of training.
And what type of scenes do you usually respond to?
I respond to a variety of scenes. So smaller offenses such as burglaries, family violence, as well as your higher offenses. So murders, shootings, cuttings, major accidents, and sexual assaults.
And were you working on July 22nd of 2022?
Can I have my report to refresh my memory, please?
Yes, you may. Just remember to please don't read off directly off of it, just refresh your memory and then you can answer the question.
Yes, I was working that evening.
And were you called out to the scene of an accident in the early morning hours of July 22nd of 2022?
Yes.
And where did you have to respond to?
I responded to the northbound lanes of Highway 281,
And what were you responding out there for?
a major accident.
And do you remember what time did you get there?
I got there approximately 3:30.
And when you got out to that scene, what were your duties when you went out there?
So my initial duties were to photograph the scene. So I was photographing all the vehicles involved, as well as the markings on the road.
Sydney, I'm approaching you with what's being marked as state exhibit number 3. You recognize this?
I do.
What is it?
This is a DVD containing the photos I took from this scene.
And are these all the photos you took at that scene?
Yes.
Okay, and as far as you're aware, are the photos that are contained on this disc, are they true and accurate depictions of what you saw at that scene?
Yes.
Your Honor, say what over states exhibit number 3.
It's ready to proceed?
Yes,
All right, let's bring the jurors back in.
All right, so the jury.
All right, everyone, please be seated. And you are still under oath and state you are on direct examination, I believe. You
Thank
may
you, Judge.
proceed.
Thank you. Sydney, I'm going to show you what's been marked as state exhibits 4, 5, 6, and 7. Do you recognize this?
Yes, I recognize all of these.
And what are they?
These are photographs of the accident involving the vehicles that were involved.
And so you're the person that took these photographs,
Yes, I am.
and they're true and accurate to what you saw that day.
Yes.
Your Honor, statement offer states exhibit number 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Any objections?
Yes, Judge. Madam,
Yes, and if I could see states exhibits 4, 5, 6, and 7, please.
Yes.
5 is withdrawn. States exhibit number 4, 6, and 7 will be admitted into evidence.
And Judge, do you still have 7?
Yes,
Thank you. Your Honor, permission to publish?
granted.
So, Anthony, what are these photographs generally of?
Generally, they're of the accident, with the vehicles that were involved in the accident.
All right, Daniel, make sure you keep your voice up because the
sorry.
court reporter has to
Sorry.
take it down.
I said to please pass it to the next person when you're done. I'm approaching with state exhibit number 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. What are these photographs of?
These are photographs of the Honda Civic that was involved in the accident.
And are these true and accurate to what you saw that night?
Yes.
Your Honor, state would offer states exhibit number 8 through 12.
Yes. Is going to admit states exhibit number 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So those exhibits will be admitted into evidence. State?
Thank you, Your Honor. Photograph and pass to the next room. I'm showing you what's being marked, and it's marked a little bit ahead. It states exhibit number 71. Do you recognize this?
Yes.
What is it?
This is the victim's card.
Okay, and is this a true and accurate depiction of their car?
Yes.
And has it appeared to you on the night that you took it?
Yes.
Your Honor, state what offer states exhibit number 71.
All right, if you approach. Exhibit number 71 is admitted without objection.
Your Honor, permission to publish?
Granted.
Again. Exhibit number 71. What angle is this of?
This is from the rear driver's side facing the vehicle.
All right, do you want the witness to step into the well? And defense, again, you can move throughout the courtroom.
And again, permission to publish, Judge?
Yes. And you're more than welcome to step down from the witness stand.
And again, so this was a different angle of the vehicle that you saw that night.
Sydney, I'm showing you what's been marked already previously as
State exhibit number 14 through 24. Do you recognize these photographs?
Yes, I do.
What are these photographs of?
These are photos of the truck that was involved in the accident.
And are these true and accurate depictions of what you observed that night?
Yes.
Your Honor, state would offer states exhibit number 14, and I believe it's through 24.
Yes. States exhibit 16. 17.
permission to publish, Judge?
Granted.
Sydney, I'm showing you
Marked. And states exhibit number 25 through 30. Do you recognize these?
Yes, I do.
What are these photos of?
These are photos indicating the AOI, otherwise known as the area of impact. So where the actual collision occurred with the vehicles.
And is there anything different from some of the photos that we've seen previously? What's new?
So TID, traffic investigations, they came out and they will spray paint the roadway markings to indicate the path that each vehicle took, either prior to or after the accident occurred.
And are these true and accurate depictions of what you saw that night?
Yes.
Your Honor, state would offer states exhibit number 25, and I believe that's through 30.
All right, if you approach. 26. 27. 28. 29 and 30 are admitted. Granted.
So I'm showing you with the marked it states exhibit number 31 through 35. Do you recognize these?
Yes, I do.
And what are these photographs of?
These are photographs of the roadway with the spray paint markings to indicate the pathway that both the Honda Civic took as well as the Chevy truck.
And we're seeing we're seeing two different colors of spray paint. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, what colors are we seeing?
We are seeing yellow and orange.
And why are there different colors used in these photographs?
So TID will assign a color to each vehicle to indicate which vehicle took which pathway. So the yellow is belonging to the Honda Civic and the orange is belonging to the truck.
Your Honor, or states exhibit number 31 through, I believe it's 35. 35, thank you. Are those true and accurate depictions of what you saw on that day?
Yes.
Your Honor, state would offer states exhibit number 31 through 35.
Yes. And 35 are admitted.
Thank you, Judge. Permission to publish?
Granted.
Sydney, can you step down from below?
Yeah.
I wanted to show you the state exhibit number 71. Can you see the make and the make of this car? Say it on the vehicle, you still view.
No. Or actually, it's right here.
So I think earlier you referred to it as
I did, yes.
so earlier you referred to it as a civic, is that
Yes.
correct?
I did, yes.
And it's actually in the Ford.
It is in the Ford, yes. I was honest.
Thank you. You can. I'm showing you with the margin states exhibit number 37 through 54. Do you recognize these photographs? What's the last?
54.
54, man. Thank you.
Yes, I do.
And what are these photographs of?
These are photographs of the roadway to include any debris or markings from the vehicles or markings made by TID.
And primarily, what colors featured in these photographs?
Mostly orange and yellow.
So, Your Honor, and are these true and accurate depictions of the scene that you saw that morning?
Yes.
Your Honor, State would offer State's Exhibit number 37 through 54.
All right. Oh, yes, come forward. All right, State's Exhibit number 37 through 54 are admitted.
Can you just first to publish?
Granted,
I'm showing you State's Exhibit number 55 and 59. Recognize these?
Yes, I do.
Now, what are these photographs of?
These are photographs involving the Chevy truck as well as the Volkswagen.
And what's different, or is there anything different about State's Exhibit number 55 through 59 that don't appear in the other photographs?
This third vehicle, the Volkswagen,
Well, and is there another spray paint that we're now seeing?
the green spray paint.
And are these true and accurate depictions of the scene that you photographed that night?
Yes.
Your Honor, State would offer State's Exhibit number 55 through 59.
No objection, Judge.
all right, State's Exhibits 55, 56, 57, 58, and 59 are admitted without objection.
Permission to publish, Judge?
Granted,
I'm approaching with States 64 through 57. What are these photographs of?
So exhibit 64, 65, and 66 are the southward perspective with the accident in the background, so facing south. Exhibit 67 is south of the accident, but facing northward towards where the accident occurred.
Now, why did you take these photographs?
These were photographs requested to be taken by TID to show the line of sight of the accident from coming north from the highway.
So in essence, you're looking south from where the accident happened.
Yes, so these three are looking southwards from the accident and 67 is looking northwards towards the accident.
How far back did you have to walk in order to get those photos?
I'm unsure.
But do they depict the same scene that you took photos of that day?
Yes.
Your Honor, State would offer State's Exhibit number 64 through 67.
yes.
This group of photographs, I'm showing you something with the mark, State's Exhibit number 68 through 70. What are these photographs of?
These photographs are of the third vehicle that was involved in the accident.
And these are without any markings present, correct?
Correct.
And these photographs give an angle of what the vehicle looked like whenever you saw them.
Correct.
Your Honor, State would offer State's Exhibit number 68 through 70.
Yes. Objection,
Permission to publish.
granted,
Showing the jury 68, 69, and 70. Your Honor, pass the witness.
all right, defense,
Ms. Fisker,
Yes.
is that the right pronunciation?
Yes, Fuska.
Thank you, ma'am. I just have a couple of questions for you.
Yeah, of course.
So how long have you been a CSI? 2 years?
2 years.
And you basically, when you're called to a scene, you go wherever they send you.
Yes, correct.
And on that, were you aware that on this night in question, the 22nd of July in 2022, there are actually 2 accident scenes that night?
I was not.
You weren't aware that there was a wrong way driver that caused a wreck half a mile in front of this one?
I'm going to object to relevance.
sustained,
Were you asked to take photos of another accident scene on the same day?
No, just this accident.
You weren't asked to take pictures of an accident scene half a mile down the road?
No, just this accident.
Do you know who was the driver in the other vehicles?
No,
You don't know who Shayna Alassel is?
no.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. No further questions. Pass the witness, please.
Nothing from the State, Judge.
all right, is this witness excused or subject to recall?
Excuse.
Excuse me.
All right, the rule has been invoked. You're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone. If you need to speak with someone, the only persons you're allowed to speak to are attorneys for the state of the defense. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, you may step down. Can I see both parties, please? Ken. The state is calling their next witness. That's okay.
Josh Ben.
Well, if you can raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. Have a seat, please. If you'll state your name and spell it for the record.
My name's Joshua Garland Ben, BEHN, and my age is 25.
All right, make sure you keep your voice up so the members of the jury and the court reporter can hear. State, you may proceed with your direct examination.
Thank you, Your Honor. And like the judge said, Josh, to speak up, and if you need that microphone a little bit closer, because everybody all the way over here needs to hear you, and I'm a little hard of hearing. So, just speak up, all right? One, can you introduce yourself to the jury, please?
Hi, again, my name is Joshua Garland Ben. I'm 25. I'm grown up in San Antonio my whole life for the most part. I'm from Benco, Texas. Born in Fredericksburg. That was the closest place. And I have one blood sibling, my younger brother Evan, two parents who are divorced. I go on about knowing Alex.
Right, hold on, hey, one, I'm a
Sorry.
little nervous, okay? Just take it easy and just listen to the questions when I ask you questions or when defense counsel asks you questions, okay? And so just take it down a notch. I understand you're gonna be nervous up there, right?
Yes, sir.
One, thanks for introducing yourself to the jury, but go ahead and tell me, how do you know, well, Alex?
I know Alex from Cordero Ranch. It's our workplace where I met her and I currently still work there.
And was she working there at the time too?
Yes, she was there before me.
And you know Alexandra Shea West Suburb?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And y'all work together at this, I guess, sort of like a club or
Country club, yes,
where
sir.
is that located at?
It's located in Bernie, Texas.
And at the time, back in 2022, how long you worked there?
I've been there since 2020. It'll be 4 years in August.
And what about, do you still currently work there?
I still currently work there, yes, sir.
So back in 22, you worked there, and then now up to the day, 2 years later, you've worked there. Is that
Yes, sir.
correct?
Yes, sir.
And at the time, back in 2022, particularly July of 2022, was Alex also working there?
Yes, sir.
And was she working there before you or after you?
Yes, sir. Before.
Before? And I guess that's how you met her. At some point, did y'all develop a relationship?
Yes, sir.
And what type of relationship was that?
Dating.
Dating? Okay. And so y'all began to date. I guess, did y'all have some common interests?
Yes, sir.
And what were some of those common interests?
Golf, liked watching Spurs games, Astros games, George Strait, him being a member out there, so that was one of her favorite music artists.
So this club that y'all worked at was actually seemed like a pretty nice club.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you mentioned the name George Strait, so he's around there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you had some celebrities out there, so it was sort of nice to be out there, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And nice environment.
Yes, sir.
And then you also stated that y'all played golf. Did she also play golf?
Yes, sir. It was something we got into together.
So y'all would actually play golf together?
Yes, sir.
And did she go to college?
Yes, sir. She recently graduated from UTSA shortly before passing away.
Stated that she just recently graduated from UTSA.
Yes, sir.
But let's go to July 21st, 2022. And I know I've discussed that date with you, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And on that particular date, did you and Alex do anything that day?
Yes, sir. As far as I remember, it was golfing that day. It was something we typically did on Thursday since we were both off every week together for the most part.
Okay, so it was a Thursday.
Yes, sir.
And when would y'all go golfing? Would it be during the, I guess, the morning, afternoon, or late?
Typically, we try to go later morning, earlier afternoon, just due to it being July during the summer. It's so hot out there. Being out there for 4 hours isn't.
Okay, so on this particular day, do you recall if y'all went in the early morning or before lunch?
I recall going earlier afternoon, later morning.
Did y'all play a round of golf?
Yes, sir.
And do you recall what golf course it was at?
I want to say it was either Rebecca Creek or Almost Basin. Those were our two most frequent ones.
And you know, when a lot of people golf, they tend to, I mean, well, I'm outing myself here, but if you golf, sometimes you drink. Were y'all drinking?
Not that I can remember, sir. It was either one or none. It's, like I said, hot out there during the afternoon, and she wasn't a big drinker to begin with.
Okay. And so on that particular afternoon or morning hours or before lunch, you don't recall drinking or anything like that?
No, sir.
Okay. And then y'all finished up the round of golf, and then what did y'all do after that?
Most of the time after golf, we'd go eat and then go back and hang out at my mom's house for the night. I'm pretty sure we went back to my mom's and then went to go eat a little after golf, just to kind of freshen up.
And so other than, I guess, this day and the day proceed later, it's obviously sticks out in your mind.
Yes, sir.
But I mean, other than that, throughout that day, there was nothing that stands out in your mind that's really significant. It's just a normal day playing golf and hanging out.
Yes, sir.
And so then when you stated something about your mother that at the time, were you living with your mom?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And at the time, how old were you at the time?
23.
23?
Yes, sir.
And how old was Alex? Do you recall?
I want to say she was 24.
Okay. And so, after y'all arrived back out, your mom's place and well, your place and your mom's, do you recall what y'all did that night or
Yeah.
that late after dinner?
Yes, sir. Most of the time we just watch movies, hang out, nothing crazy.
And so like going out to eat, do you recall where you went to eat?
I believe it was Texas Roadhouse that day.
Were y'all drinking there or was she drinking rather?
No, sir. Not that I can recall.
And do you recall if anybody else was with y'all at the dinner?
No, sir.
And so as it goes into the night of the 21st, I guess going into the early morning hours of the 22nd, July 22nd, 2022, was Alex still at your house?
Sir.
And at any point, did she decide to leave?
Yes, sir.
And do you recall what time around that was that she was gonna leave?
It was a little later, about early 2 a.m. because I was concerned with her leaving that early or late.
And that seems I don't know, that's a late hour, to be leaving somebody's place and where was she going?
Back home, she always wanted to leave to take care of her dog,
And she had a dog,
Blue.
Blue. And I guess she cared for that dog. She wanted to get home to it.
Probably more than anyone else, yeah.
And tell me this, what where was her home at? Where did she live at?
6475 Cheyenne Pass in Bulverde.
Okay, Bulverde. And for people that don't know, how do you get there from, well, one, let me ask you, where was your house at? Where did you live out generally?
I live off of 1540 West Bridges Road, also West Bridges and Hebner.
Bidders and Heebner?
Hebner Road, yes, sir.
Okay, and is that on the sort of the north side?
Northeast. I was on to Churchill High School, so northeast side, yeah.
Okay, and in this area, is it near 1604?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and to get to, you stated that her house was in Bulverde.
Yes, sir.
And how would one get to Bulverde from your house?
281.
281?
Yes, sir.
And if you headed down 281, would you be going north or south? North? Okay. And then to what road or highway would you have to go to go to her house after you're on 281?
You'd be exiting off of Bulverde Road to where it crosses up to 46.
On 46?
Yeah, close, yeah.
Okay. So it's pretty far up north of 1604, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so did she live there alone?
No, sir.
And who does she live with?
With her parents.
Her parents?
Yes, sir.
Can we approach again briefly?
Yes,
She left your house at 2:03 a.m., is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And she was driving home, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And she was driving down 281, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And when she was on 281, did she text you?
Yes, sir.
And do you recall what she texted you?
Object to hearsay, Your Honor.
your response to hearsay?
It's a present sense impression, Your Honor. This is right before the accident happens. And the fact is,
All right, foundation needs to be laid for present sense impression.
okay, good. Let me start here then. Did she text you at some point?
Yes, sir.
And did she text you at 2:19 a.m.?
Yes, sir.
You want to be our first?
Yes,
I'm going to show you what Smart State Exhibit number 74. Have you seen this document before?
Yes, sir.
Yes, speak up.
Yes, sir.
It's several pages, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you recognize this?
Yes, sir.
And what is this?
Me checking in on her, making sure she made it safely to her car and that she was going to make it home safely.
And this is the text chain between you and
Alex.
Alex.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And in this text chain, you're conversing with her, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you converse with her
it starts at around 2:03 AM, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the last text you received from her is at 2:21 AM, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And then let me ask you this, other than her telling you where she's at, how did you know where she was at?
I had her location and she had mine.
And can you explain to the jury what location means?
So pretty much on Find My iPhone, you can find where your family members, friends, whoever it may be, if they share access to that, you're able to see where they are.
And where was she located at?
281, close, I want to say close to TPC and Stone Parkway, close by there.
And through that text chain, there's times associated with each text.
Yes, sir.
And after 2:21 AM, you received no more texts from Alex, is that correct?
Correct, sir.
And did her location change at at points?
No, sir.
Did you end up getting contacted later by somebody
Yes, sir.
indicating that she had been in an accident?
Yes, sir.
Did she send you a photo that night?
Yes, sir.
And what do you recall that photo being?
The traffic everyone was stopped on the highway.
And is this when she sent this to you when she was on the highway?
Yes, sir.
For the location that you saw?
Yes, sir.
I want to show you what's marked state exhibit number 75. Is this the photo that she sent you?
Yes, sir.
Is this the photo that she sent you right before she stopped corresponding with you?
Yes, sir.
And is this the photo that she sent of the traffic that was on 281?
Yes, sir.
And this is one that you received from Alex that night?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, we'll ask to offer the evidence state exhibit number 75. We'll send it to defense for any objections.
We approach you very briefly.
Yes. Let me ask some questions if you don't mind. I'll have state exhibit number 75. This is what you received from Alex that night, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And as far as you know, well, one, do you recall or do you know now where the accident occurred? And I believe you said right before TBC on
Yes, sir.
281?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what are we looking at here? What do you notice this to be right here?
Brake lights. A lot of brake lights.
A lot of brake lights?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Everyone stopped in traffic.
And if you recall, I'm going to show you state exhibit number 75, 74 on that text string. It doesn't have the picture on there, but it shows a time that she sent this picture to you.
Yes, sir.
What time did she send it?
2:19.
And can you just speak up, please?
2:19.
Is that 2:19 AM?
Yes, sir.
And she stopped responding to you at 2:21 was her last response to you?
Yes, sir.
And let me ask you, what was her first text to you that night that occurred at 2:19:07 AM?
She said, bruh,
Bra?
kind of like bro.
All right. And that, I guess, for people who don't know, does that just mean what's up?
It's just like bro.
Okay, all right.
Like she was frustrated. That's just what she said
Okay.
when she.
And what did you respond to her about? Looks like 14 seconds later.
I said, what?
And then, is that when you received this photo?
Yes, sir.
And then what did she respond after she sent the photo?
She said, closed as far as the eye can see. And she said, literally, people are turning around.
Okay, so that's two different tags. One says
Yes, sir.
closed as far as the eye can see, and the other one was literally people are turning around.
Yes, sir. Seconds later. If that.
And then what did you respond?
I said, what the fuck? Want to stay here?
Well, you didn't say,
All right. WTF.
okay. I mean, I knew what that one meant.
Yeah.
But I just want to make sure that you're, and then you asked, what'd you ask her?
I asked her if she wanted to stay here at my place, like, turn around and come back.
And then what did she respond to you?
She said on the fucking highway, saying that people were trying to turn around on the highway.
Okay. And what did you respond after you received that?
I told her you're welcome to.
And what did you mean by that?
You're welcome to come back and stay at my place.
And then at 2:20 AM, 2:20 and 16 seconds AM, what did she respond?
She responded, no, it's okay.
And what's that? Is there an emoji or something on there?
Yeah, it just looks like the smiling with the teardrop right here, maybe just like saying
Okay.
she was stressed, didn't know what to do, but didn't want to turn around.
And then you go on to ask for what?
I said, "How are you gonna get home?" And she responded, "I might turn around if it doesn't move soon."
She said, I might turn around if it doesn't move soon. Granted, she said she was on the highway,
Yes, sir.
and this photo, actually, Judge, may I publish it to the jury? I think.
Yes, sir.
already have 75, and up to them. And in fact. 76. I want to offer state exhibit, oh, let me get it confirmed too. And this is just for the purpose for the easel here, but state exhibit number 76, I'm gonna show it just to the witness. Is this a large copy of the state exhibit number 75?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna ask to enter this into evidence, Your Honor, for the purpose that we can put on the easel. It's a bigger version of what we have on a small piece of paper. We'll tender to defense for any objections.
And it is cumulative, Judge, but no objection.
All right, and the number, please?
Number 76, Your Honor. State exhibit
All
number
right,
76.
States Exhibit 76 is admitted without objection.
Now, she's on the highway, obviously,
Yes, sir.
and she stated she's on the fucking highway, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. And so she's caught behind these vehicles, see tail lights. And then she says it's okay. So then you ask her after she says, I might turn around if it doesn't move soon. And what do you say?
I said, "And come back here," right?
And then after that, it's all you, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And
No, I can approach for agreement.
All right, if you have a legal objection, make it.
I do to relevance, Judge, and reading from a document that's not in evidence.
All right, that'll be sustained.
you can't read directly from it, but if you can refresh your memory, just go ahead and read your text, okay? And then
Sure.
don't read it off there.
I got you.
Did you respond to her at 2:28 AM at 15 seconds?
Yes, sir.
And what do you say?
Pretty sure I told her and come back here right again. And I kept reminding her that she could come back here and it's not a problem.
Okay, you can look at this piece of paper,
Okay.
okay? You just don't read
I can't
directly
read
from
it
it.
verbatim.
That's what the
Okay.
objection was, okay?
So John,
I talk, then you talk.
Yes,
all
sir.
right? But did you respond ever to something, asking her, "You better not fall asleep"?
Yes, sir.
And what time was that at?
That was at 2:28. And then I said, "You okay, baby?" at 2:34.
And then did you respond, did you also send something at 2:39?
Yes, sir.
And
Just,
what did you send?
babe,
Judge, I'm
just a
gonna,
question mark.
sorry, Judge, I'm gonna object again, the same
Sustained.
objection, thank you.
Again, you can look at it, then you can look up and respond. The objection means that you can't read directly from this document. It's not in evidence, okay? Okay. Did you also respond after that one?
Yes, sir.
And what time was that at?
2:54.
And what did you respond at that time?
Her name, or another version of her name.
And then on this last part that we have on this particular document, did you also send another text around 2:54 and 32 seconds?
Yes, sir. I said, practically saying,
Judge, same objection, witness.
Sustained.
Thank you.
Remember, you can refresh your memory. Just don't read directly from it and then answer the question, okay? What did you respond to her at that time then?
saying I was hoping she wasn't on the road asleep.
And you said asleep a couple times. When she left your house, was she tired?
No, sir.
And I mean, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. And how do you know she wasn't tired?
Because I always made sure before she went back home that she guaranteed that she was going to go back home every time she came over. She always wanted to go back to her dog. So I always told her if she's going to go back home late to at least take a nap or something before.
And so like, this is something that she normally did.
Yes, sir.
Has she ever fallen asleep before?
No, sir.
Did you ever let her go when she was tired?
No, sir.
When she left your house, were her eyes open?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Was she on using any type of drug like marijuana?
No, sir.
Was she drinking excessively?
No, sir.
And at your house, did y'all do, did y'all work out or anything like that?
No, we were just watching movies on the couch.
So relatively relaxing day,
Yes, sir.
and she was going home that night.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, Judge.
May I approach you?
Yes.
I'm gonna show you what's been marked today, exhibit number 78. Who is that?
Alex Saber,
And on that particular day, what was she doing?
taking graduation pictures.
And after that, this was a couple months before this accident happened, this crash, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I want to show you what's Park State Exhibit number 79. Do you know who that is in that picture?
Yes, sir. Alex Saber,
And where is she at in that picture?
hospital,
And do you know when that picture was taken?
the same night or morning.
The morning of?
Yeah, the crash.
This last picture I'm going to show you is State Exhibit number 77. Do you know who's in that picture?
Sir, Alex Saber.
And this is Alex, the individual that you're dating that you're talking about today. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna need to approach on.
He hasn't offered anything yet.
I will offer State Exhibit number 78, Judge.
Approaching 78.
All right, 78 is admitted without objection. Yes,
Jury for publication.
yes.
No, we'll pass the witness.
Defense?
Mr. Ben, once again, we're very sorry for your loss, sir. That's genuine. With no further questions, thank you.
All right, is this witness excused or subject to recall?
Excuse for us, Judge, no objection.
Excuse for us, CJ.
All right, the rule has been invoked. What that means, you cannot discuss your testimony with anyone. If there's someone you need to speak to, you're only allowed to speak to attorneys for the state or the defense. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you may step down. You're excused. All right, who is the next witness? And how long do y'all expect this witness to be?
I think maybe 15 minutes.
All right. Are you all okay with remaining for the next witness? All right. So call your next witness.
State calls Leslie Salazar.
You're right, Judge, she died.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. You can have a seat. You're going to have to keep your voice up so members of the jury can hear and the court reporter can hear. If you'll state your name for the record and spell it.
My name is Leslie Salazar, Lesliesalizar.
All right, and pull the microphone to you if you need to. State.
And Leslie, can you just make sure just that you're close enough to the microphone that everyone can hear you?
Yes,
And just a little closer, just because I'm having trouble.
yes,
Leslie, what side of town, well, do you live in San Antonio?
yes.
What side of town do you live on?
Stone Oak, north side,
So do you often have to take 281 to get home?
every time.
And have you ever had to call 911 while going home on 281?
Yes,
So I'm gonna approach was what's been marked as safety exhibit number 80. Leslie, do you recognize this disc?
yes.
What is this?
My 911 phone call.
And again, can you speak just a little louder?
Yes, my 911 phone call.
And have you had a chance to listen to the call that's on this disc?
Yes,
And is this a true and accurate copy of the call you made that night?
yes.
Your Honors, state would offer states exhibit number 80 into evidence.
Any objection?
No objection, Judge.
All right, state's exhibit number 80 is admitted without objection.
Wish to publish.
Granted.
San Antonio 911, this is Tori, do you need police, fire, or EMS?
I think the police, is heading to 81 north. I don't know if you know, but there's I believe a car accident or something happened. But, at the end, I gotten off the freeway because I knew that there was like all the cars stopped. And I had my windows down and I heard it screech and then I heard like a crash and there was like dust. So I think there's a car that crashed that's behind the entire line of people waiting to get through. I just wanna make sure.
Where is that though? That car that you're.
Let me see if I can figure out the exit that I left, cause it's like, oh my gosh, I have no clue. Can I tell you what's like around me?
Are you next to the vehicle that was involved in the accident?
No, I was getting off the I got off the freeway and so I had my windows down and I heard like, I feel like your tires maybe popped or something, cause I can hear like the tires like dun, dun, dun. When it was going on the freeway, so I looked at it, got to the stop, and I heard like a screech, and then a poof, and then there was like smoke.
Yes, but
So I think your car passed that.
I'm showing you on Stono. Did you exit on Stono?
Yes,
Do you think the vehicle's somewhere near there?
yes, I'm probably like on the freeway right across from it. I parked.
Do you think it's on the northbound side?
Yes, it is. It's by, there's like a plaza, like a Target and stuff like that. It's by there. Yeah, like that, the freeway. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so bad at explaining this. I just really don't know. You know what? I can see if I can, like, act like I'm getting back on the freeway to see that I pull.
Yeah, it's okay, Matt. Well, I'll just send someone to look around the area. What's your name and phone number?
My name is Leslie Salazar. And my phone number is 210-286-6947. I don't know if that was too fast.
A line of cars. What do you mean by that?
I guess the freeway was blocked off by an accident way ahead. And so there was just cars, I guess, waiting for the accident to go ahead and be moved over to get through.
And how many cars were there?
Maybe like 100 to 200 cars.
And how far away could you see these cars while you were driving on the highway?
Pretty far.
Were you able to exit in time before you reached the traffic?
Yes.
Do you remember what exit did you take before, in order to get off the highway?
I don't remember.
You also remember, you described in that call an HEB truck.
Yes.
Can you describe, what do you mean by an HEB truck?
Like a semi truck, the delivery trucks with like the HEB logo on it.
Leslie, I want you to step down really quickly. Well, I'm gonna show you what's already been marked as state exhibit number 76. Now, I know I haven't shown you this photo before, but do you recognize anything that you see in this photo? Saw that night? Can you say it louder? So where were you when you heard this crash?
I was getting off the freeway and I made like a left turn. And while I was like under the freeway, it's when I heard like a tire pop because my windows were down. And then I passed the light and I looked behind because I can kind of hear like what I assumed to be like a rim going like dun dun dun. So I just looked back. I couldn't see anything because I was, again, the freeway's like high up and I was like under it, but just in case. And so I just looked back and then I heard it screech and then like slide and hit the wall. What I assumed to be the wall, just because there was like either smoke or debris, dust, whatever. And then that's when I called 911.
And why did you call 911?
Just because, I mean, there was already an accident, so I thought dispatch would be like on site. And with with people coming, I thought they would kind of get lost in the middle of everything. So I just wanted somebody to be aware that something happened in case somebody was injured or anything like that.
And when you exited before the traffic buildup, was anyone else exiting around you? Were there any other cars?
Yeah, there was a ton of cars trying to exit.
Ask the witness.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Ms. Salazar. My name is Jasmine Olguin. I'm one of Mr. Castro's attorneys. I just have a couple of questions for you.
Yes.
First, kind of the scene and what it looked like. So when you're driving on the highway, before you exit, you kind of see some sort of commotion going on ahead of you.
Yes.
But you described other cars also turning around.
Going in reverse.
So they were going the wrong way
They were going the opposite way.
to exit from that
Yes.
point. And did you see any police flares right before that accident?
So the accident, like I said, was way ahead. So I assumed dispatch was on site. I didn't know because there was all these cars and I exited to just avoid all that.
So from where you weren't able to see if there was any police flares?
Mm-mm.
And were you able to see if there were any police lights, the blue and red ones?
No,
Were you able to see any police officers wearing vests
from your point of view.
No,
And you mentioned that you were aware there was an accident. Were you aware that that accident that caused this buildup was because of a wrong way driver?
no,
Were you aware that this accident was caused because a potential intoxicated driver was going the wrong way on the highway?
no,
And were you aware that that driver was named Shayna Lassel?
I'm gonna object to relevance.
no,
Sustained.
So you weren't aware of the reasons for this initial accident. You got off. And you said you saw about maybe 100 or 200 cars in front of you.
yes,
And you called 911 because you felt that people would be lost in the middle of everything and you wanted police to be aware of that.
yeah,
And you hoped that with your call, police could protect this scene and help those people that were stuck in traffic.
yeah, more so like a clue of where they would be at. Like I said, there was just a ton of cars.
No further questions, Your Honor, pass the witness.
Just one question on redirect, Judge. Leslie, is it fair to say that it would have been fairly obvious to anyone?
Objection, Your Honor, speculation.
All right, let me hear the question, then you can make your objection. Then I'll answer. They're gonna ask a question. The defense may make an objection. When you see either party stand, you need to stop speaking. All right, state.
So Leslie, is it fair to say that it would have been fairly obvious to anyone that there was traffic on that highway?
Objection, Your Honor, speculation.
Sustained. Don't answer. That's what that
Okay.
means.
Were you able to tell that there was traffic on that highway?
Yes,
And so is that why you exited?
yes,
And again, there were other cars exiting, is that correct?
yes,
Nothing from the state judge.
Defense, any recross?
Yes, Your Honor. So Ms. Salazar, there were cars that were trying to get away from this traffic that were reversing back to get off.
yes,
And you would agree that that could be a confusing scene for anybody?
I'm gonna object to speculation.
Sustained.
You would agree that you called 911 because you wanted them to be aware of this situation that was confusing and ongoing?
yes.
No further questions, Your Honor. Pass the witness.
Nothing from the state judge.
All right, is this witness excused or subject for recall?
Excuse from us, Judge.
Excuse from the state judge.
All right, the rule has been invoked. What that means is you're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone. If you're speaking to anyone, the only persons you're allowed to speak to are attorneys for the state or the defense. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you may step down. All right, and state your next witness. How long are you anticipating?
Relatively short, Judge.
All right, call your next
The
witness.
state calls Jonathan Rodriguez.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record and spell it, please.
Jonathan Rodriguez, JONATHAN
All right, make sure you keep your voice up so members of the jury and the court reporter can hear. State.
Mr. Rodriguez, what side of town do you live on?
North 1604 near the Stone Oak area.
So in order to get home, is it fair to say that you'd have to take 281?
Yes.
How often did you have to drive on 281?
I want to say at least once a week.
And I'm gonna approach what's been marked as state exhibit number 81. Do you recognize this disc?
Yes.
How do you recognize it?
This is you guys showed me this when I came to visit.
Yeah, and what's on this disc?
The 911 call that my wife made.
And is it a true and accurate copy of the call that the 911 call that your wife made?
Yes.
Your Honors, state what offer states exhibit number 81.
Any objection?
We do, Judge. If the state is offering a 911, we can approach her from here.
What's the objection?
Well, we've got a right to confront the witness who is the caller, and this is the wrong witness.
State.
Your Honor, I can clarify.
All right.
So, Mr. Rodriguez, were you present when your wife made that 911 call?
Yes.
And why did your wife make that 911 call?
Because I was driving.
And you listened to the call, and is it correct for me to say that everything that you said on the call, or that your wife said on the call, is something that you told her?
Correct.
And do we actually hear you on the 911 call?
We do.
So again, is it fair to say you were present for the 911 call? And
Well, what exactly are you talking about on the 911 call?
The accident that we witnessed,
And so you're calling 911 to report an accident.
correct?
Again, your honor, state would reoffer state's exhibit number 81.
Judge, it's hearsay, and without a witness to support it, that we.
Can you talk louder? I'm sorry.
Sorry, it's that, what I think is on that,
All right, so let me stop everybody. Have you heard the 911, Kate?
yes, I have, Judge, and
Okay.
it's, the witness has stated that it's his wife on he was present, but if the state is playing that 911 call, then we should be able to have an opportunity to cross-examine her, Judge. I've got no problem with this witness testifying, and we can talk about his perceptions.
All right,
but
so
objection
here's
to
the
that.
thing, everyone, we're gonna make legal objections. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we're gonna stop for today. We're gonna come back tomorrow. We're gonna start back tomorrow at 1:30. You've heard some evidence in this case. You're not allowed to start talking about what you've heard. You're not allowed to think about this case outside of this courtroom. Do not Google anything. Do not try to do your own research. Everything that you're to know about this case is to come from inside this courtroom and nowhere else. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
All right, so we'll be back tomorrow at 1:30. We can go off the record. 1:30, what ends up happening is usually people will go to lunch, and I call it going off campus. A lot of people will leave the parking garage at 12:15 to go off campus for lunch. So spaces will open up. So if you make it here by 12:30, there'll probably be a space available for you. If you try to cut it close and say, I'll be here at 1:15, that's when other people are trying to make it back to come back to work, and other jurors are trying to make it back if they have to come back. Again, you all know what's available for you in the jury room.